Hello everyone! The Burning Legion has invaded Azeroth once again, and the Demon Hunters, trained by Illidan to become powerful weapons against the Legion, they've been recruited to help in this war. To aid them in their fight, there are two artifacts, rumored to be even more powerful than Lord Illidan's blades, that are waiting to be obtained, and for the Havoc Demon Hunters, it's the Twinblades of the Deceiver. These glaives belong to the former Demon Hunter Verdis Velsol, who was slain defending the Black Temple many years ago, or at least so we thought. Corvus spotted the traitor alongside the Legion, wielding glaives imbued with power unlike anything she'd ever seen. The Kirantor have an Eredar lord locked away within the Violet Hold, and he will know where Verdis' stronghold lies. The prison warden has agreed to consider granting us access to the Fiend. Time to do some convincing.
All we want is a few moments with the Eredar, alone. He has information we need.
We need to figure out what rock Verdis is hiding under, and the only way that we're going to do that is by getting inside this prison. Warden Alteras doesn't trust our kind though. To him, we and the Legion are all the same. We tell him to let us inside, or we'll show him the difference, and he asks if that's a threat. He also reminds us that we're surrounded by his guards and we're standing near his prison, and of course it's a threat, Warden. Now open that door.
So be it. You're fortunate that Khadgar trusts you. But make no mistake, I do not share his sentiment. You may enter the hold, but I will not put the lives of my guards at risk for your mission. Is that clear?
As crystal, Warden.
Lower the barrier and evacuate the hold. These Illidari wish to exchange words with the Eredar. Follow me. I shall open the cell for you.
If you would do the honors, I will stand guard to ensure no one interferes.
You would stand before me after so many of your kin have fallen? Release me now, and I may yet spare you.
Meet Taldath, one of the most powerful Eredar we've ever encountered. I'm sure you two will be fast friends. Remember, Demon Hunter, you were never here.
Fool! You dare face me alone? Verdis will hunt down every one of your disgusting ilk. Pity you won't be around to witness it.
Where is he? Where is Verdis?
Vermin!
Tell us or die!
My lord wields power beyond your comprehension! He will end you! Your efforts mean nothing! Soon all of Suramar will bow to my master's will!
We have what we came
The
for.
Twinblades
Finish him!
will be your end.
So it's Suramar, where Verdis is holding up, so the hunt is on, but we're not going in all by ourselves.
Dark Sorrow and Ravencrest will have the honor of accompanying you into Suramar. A small force will have the best chance of flying undetected into the hold. Keep your wits about you. Verdis will be a cunning adversary.
Our approach into the area doesn't exactly go unnoticed. Verdis has wards projecting a barrier that protects him, while Dark Sorrow and Ravencrest dare shot out of the sky. The Demon Hunters presume them to be dead, but actually Ravencrest, she will find a way to Blackrook Hold to become a boss. Her minds get twisted by the Dreadlord there, so she believes that she has to protect her ancestral home from invaders like us, while Dark Sorrow, she will be taken captive by the Legion, and we find her during our questing in Suramar. We even help her out, we've taken down the Eredar Azaran, but that's all future talk. Here in this moment, we come in hard and fast as we focus our attention on getting to Verdis.
There's no time to land. You must dive headlong into the fray. Go!
To arms! Lord Felsol must not be disturbed!
The demons underestimate your power. Punish them for their hubris.
3 wards we'll have to take down to get to the former Illidari, and unlike during beta times where you could just skip the demons that spawn, now you actually have to kill them in order to advance. As I slowly figure out that fact, let's talk about the story behind the weapon, as well as Varadis, since those that have played during the Burning Crusade, or you might have gone to Outland to do some old quests, you might remember fighting Varadis before. Back then, we had Altruis the Sufferer, also a demon hunter, who had deflected from the Illidari. He believed that Illidan's soul had become corrupted by power, his mind been twisted by defeat. He had become the very thing that Altruis was sworn to destroy. That is why he assisted players with assault to the Black Temple with the Carnivore attunement quest chain, and part of that chain was taking on Varadis and his teachers. When Illidan started to train demon hunters, Kil'jaeden sent over some of his blood elves to become the first amongst the new order. 5 warriors were sent, and these were the first blood elves allowed to be trained as demon hunters. The training was absolutely brutal. Illidan put Kil's warriors through trials that would defeat most fully capable demon hunters. 3 of Kil's elves died in training, another one of them went mad, but one of them succeeded. The one blood elf that succeeded, where all others had failed, was called Varadis. The hunger to kill demons was strong within him, too strong to let him fall before he had tasted the Legion's blood. He sacrificed his eyes with a smile, and without even flinching at the pain, and he had such a gift, such a talent for the craft, that Illidan assigned 3 master demon hunters to train him further. Within a year, Varadis had surpassed them all, and he was as thirsty for power as Illidan was. He had become truly effective, occasionally accompanying Lord Illidan himself on his most important journeys. Varadis' most faithful mission was a solo task though. On Outland, Lord Illidan had heard too many reports that the remnants of the Shadow Council were active. Varadis was dispatched to scout for and steal any information that he could find. Little blood was spilled that day. Varadis snuck into a cave complex inhabited by Shadow Council acolytes without drawing attention to himself. He found something odd, a book that radiated with demonic essence. Inside was priceless information about the nature of demons, their weaknesses and their habitats. This tome, the Book of Fell Names, contained within it tremendous power, and it was impossible to remove. The Shadow Council had enchanted it in ways that stopped Varadis from taking it from the cave. Thinking quickly, Varadis simply imbibed as much of the book's power as he could. He left it in place, and the Shadow Council had no idea that an Illidari had ever been there. Lord Illidan actually praised him for this achievement. After all, using the demon's own power against them, that was the central purpose of demon hunters, and Varadis' pride swelled. What he did not know was that he had not stolen the book's power, he had simply become linked to it, and the book became his weakness, a weakness Altruis knew about. He sent adventurers into the Shadow Labyrinth to collect the Book of Fell Names, the same book that Varadis had found, only the members of the Alliance and Horde, they were not so stealthy. They took the book back with them, and they confronted Varadis. They began to destroy the book page by page, and Varadis was stunned to realize that the book's destruction, it was actually weakening him. His borrowed demonic power faded quickly, and these so-called heroes, they were able to put him down and continue to work against Lord Illidan's plans. The risk that all demon hunters face is that by stealing the demon's power, their souls may return to their domain and their control after they fall in battle. This too was Varadis Felsoul's fate. Kil'jaeden himself claimed his soul and heaped endless torment upon him.
I was Illidari once, left for dead at the Black Temple. Now you will witness the might of my new master.
Varadis resisted for a time. It was not the pain that eventually broke his spirits. Kil'jaeden is called the Deceiver for good reason after all. The Eredar Lord played upon his shock from that battle in the Black Temple. Champions had been prepared to face Varadis, who had told them about his borrowed power. It had not been the demons, certainly. The Legion would have preferred to have the Book of Fell Names back intact. It had not been the Shadow Council for that same reason, so it must have been the Illidari. Only they knew of your power. They have betrayed you, Kil'jaeden told him, and Varadis would come to believe him. Once Kil'jaeden had poisoned Varadis' mind, he began to tempt the fallen Illidari. The demon hunter had only tasted the Legion's true power. Should Varadis pledge himself to the Burning Legion, he would receive the full measure. Eventually, Varadis agreed, breaking every one of his oaths and betraying every one of his comrades. The Deceiver had very special plans for him. With the help of the other Eredar, Kil'jaeden conducted a dangerous, agonizing ritual, infusing a small part of his soul into Varadis' spirit. When the ritual was complete, Varadis was not a demon hunter, but an actual demon, loyal to the Burning Legion and hungry for vengeance. He found that his weapons, these warglaives, had also been changed. The ritual had imbued them with another slice of Kil'jaeden's astonishing power. In the years after his conversion, he became a terror to all of those who might oppose the Legion. World after world, city after city, innocent after innocent, he was sent to spill blood. Often, he worked quietly, secretly. The Burning Legion did not want any on Azeroth to know his true potential, but the Legion did allow him some satisfaction from time to time. Those few among the Illidari who had escaped after Illidan's death, they had fled to the corners of Outland and Azeroth. Varadis was dispatched to hunt them down one by one. It was a task that he relished since in his mind they had betrayed him, which is not entirely untrue. It was just an Illidari that had deflected from the others. For a long time, the Illidari did not know who was hunting them. It was not until the Legion's arrival on the Broken Isles that he finally revealed himself. When the Vault of the Wardens was raided, a shadow was seen in the sky. Someone swooped down again and again, slaughtering the newly freed Illidari who were trying to escape. That was Varadis' fell soul. He could not resist the opportunity to butcher so many of them. He likely had a tactical reason for doing so. His actions alerted them to his presence. He knew somebody would come for him, one of the strongest amongst the Illidari, and he believed that he could set a trap to kill them. Let's make sure that he regrets that decision and show him who the more powerful demon hunter is.
Do not fail me, Varadis. Unleash the Twinblades and destroy the Interloper!
Gladly, my master!
Return to Argus. We will deal with this one another day.
I have no need for mortal armaments! This is not over, Illidari.
Despite being unable to defeat us with the weapons, he just leaves them behind for some reason. A nice gift for us to pick them up and wield the incredible power of the warglaives infused by Kil'jaeden himself in the war against the Legion. Let Varadis' story be a warning. He was dedicated, he was powerful, he was clever, and he was effective. And yet, his will could not survive the thought that he had been betrayed by one of his own. No Illidari is without weakness. No Illidari is immune to temptation. The Burning Legion is aware of this fact. Whatever flaw we may have, the Legion will test it. But until that day, let them fear us once again. These warglaives hold a measure of Kil'jaeden's power, so he was undoubtedly pleased to know that our kind was dying to their blades. He will not be so pleased to see what we do with these weapons next, but that's a story for another day. For now, thank you very much for watching, everyone. Subscribe if you like my videos, leave a like if you enjoyed this one, and until next time, guys. See ya!